What if I told you that the biggest security vulnerability in your organization isn't a hacker, a zero-day exploit, or a malicious insider? It's an ordinary conversation over lunch. The phrase loose lips sink ships became famous during World War II because governments understood something fundamental. The enemy didn't need the entire war plan, they just needed enough pieces to put the puzzle together. Today, that warning is more relevant than ever, but for a completely different reason. The enemy listening isn't necessarily a spy at the next table. It might be an AI. During World War II, operational security was largely about preventing a human intelligence officer from overhearing sensitive information. Sailors were told not to discuss deployment destinations or operations because no one knew who might be listening. Today, we're surrounded by systems that can collect, organize, and reason over information at a scale no human intelligence analyst ever could. That's where the idea of recombination comes in. Most people imagine information leakage as someone emailing a classified document or accidentally posting proprietary code online. But that's rarely how important secrets leak. Instead, they leak one harmless observation at a time. An employee mentions a delayed project. Someone else complains about a supplier. Another casually says they've had to cancel vacation. Each statement seems completely benign. None of them contains a secret. But together, they tell a story. This is what AI changes. Modern AI systems excel at finding relationships between facts that humans would never connect. They can collect information from social media, conference presentations, job postings, shipping data, satellite imagery, financial filings, and public conversations. And then ask a simple question. What explains all of those observations? Imagine the Navy, for example. One sailor tells his parents that everyone's dental appointments were suddenly moved forward. Another mentions that the galley just received an unusually large food delivery. A spouse posts online that the ship's homecoming ceremony has been postponed. None of those people revealed classified information. But an adversarial AI can combine those observations with weather forecasts, commercial satellite imagery, historical deployment schedules, and port activity. It may conclude that a destroyer is preparing to deploy next week into a particular theater. The deployment became inferable. The exact same thing happens in business. Imagine a recruiter advertising for a Korean-speaking radio frequency engineer. A supplier announces a rush order for specialized battery enclosures. An executive quietly cancels a major conference appearance. Each event is perfectly ordinary. Together, they might reveal that the company is preparing to launch an entirely new wireless product using a Korean manufacturing. Competitors don't need access to the boardroom. They simply need enough breadcrumbs. This is why cognitive security is becoming such an important field. Traditional cybersecurity asks whether someone stole a secret. Cognitive security asks a different question. Did someone infer the secret? Because information doesn't have to be copied to be compromised. It only has to become reachable. That's the motivation behind the Cognitive Security Verification Framework, or CSVF. CSVF looks beyond explicit disclosures and evaluates whether sensitive information can be reconstructed through inference. It examines three things: inference boundaries, what conclusions can be drawn; semantic leakage, what information is revealed indirectly; and information reachability, whether scattered facts allow someone to arrive at protected knowledge. Those questions simply weren't as practical before AI. Today, they are essential. So what should employees do? The answer isn't to stop talking. It's to change how we think about seemingly insignificant information. Loose lips don't have to reveal the ship's location anymore. They only have to provide enough clues for an AI to find it. And that's a very different security problem. Famous World War II posters warned that loose lips sink ships. We should consider the same guidance when interacting with AI.